All right. So first thing we are going to cover is identifying your unique voice. And if I sound a little stuffy, I apologize. Some type of bug is trying to creep up on me. I'm hoping to try to shake that. I do apologize if my voice is a little stuffy tonight.
Yes, you was. Yes, you was.
All right. And
Yes,
if
you was.
just mute for me, we'll have some time for Q&A right at the end. All right. So when we think
Oh,
about
you charging your controller.
your, let me see if I'm able. Okay, there we go. All right. So your unique voice is what sets you apart from other authors and makes your work distinctive. It encompasses your writing style, tone, perspective, and the themes you explore in your books. So developing a unique voice helps you connect more deeply with your audience and establishes your personal brand. So when you think about discovering your voice, one thing you could do, reflect on your personal experiences. So for me, I like to talk about accountability, personal accountability. That's been a really big thing for me as I started to write my book. It was very healing for me, being able to take a look at what I needed to change, not so much focusing on what others may have done to me, but really taking a look at personal accountability and really pushing myself to continue showing up in my own way. So that is one way that I use my unique voice. That sets me apart from other authors. So you want to think about your own personal experiences. I also talk a lot about what it was like for me as a single mom, navigating through that space. So you also think about what your passion is as well, and then seek feedback from people that are close to you that you trust. You can have them read your drafts before you even go to publish your books. So that's another way that you can discover your unique voice in writing. So then here are some examples of successful authors. So everyone knows Dr. Seuss. When you think about Dr. Seuss, you can think about what his books are. You can already identify if somebody writes a book and it matches something that he thinks that he talks about, you're going to identify Dr. Seuss in that way. So he has set himself apart. He's known for his whimsical rhymes, playful language, imaginative characters. His voice is definitely recognizable. Then also, as a poet, you could think about Maya Angelou, Sarah Jakes Roberts. She's one of my favorite self-help book authors. And then also another one that's really good if you haven't read any of her books, Jackie Hill Perry. She's another really good self-help book author. And her voice, her message, you know what she's talking about when you pick up her books, or if you follow her on social media. Toni Morrison, she's another rich, poetic author as well. And then a nonfiction author, Brene Brown. So I recommend that you follow or connect with about 2 or 3 authors that have a voice similar to yours. Not to mimic them, of course, but look at their social media platforms if they have one, right? So like Sarah Jakes Roberts is a really good one. Take a look at her books as well. If you're a children's book author, research Dr. Seuss and the way that he uses his voice. How does he stand out? So you want your voice to stand out. So research is really important when you're trying to identify your voice as well. All right, so who has, and you can let me know in the chat or you can raise your hand if you have an author website already. So that is the next step that we're going to talk about in building your author brand. Okay, perfect. And if you don't have one, that's okay. If you have one and you see any